Rivals. A game I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with on Roblox. It's an FPS game, or a shooter some people call it. You get a variety of weapons to fight, and a ton of maps to play on. But is it really good? In this video, we'll find out the good and the bad of this game. So, let's get started. At the start of the match, you and your opponent pick a map on which you're gonna play on. Then you select a weapon and fight. That's pretty much it. Now, I've actually played Rivals for a bit myself, and I can proudly say, holy shit, this game is fun. The amount of stuff you can do in this game is insane. It has a lot, and I mean a lot, of mechanics. My favorite being RPG jumping. You aim under yourself with an RPG, then shoot and jump at the same time to boost yourself up with the explosion. This mechanic can be abused a lot. This game is also very prone to having clips and montages, which can boost its popularity. Overall, this game is very fun to play. Now, this section doesn't matter that much, but I still decided to keep it for the sake of the video. This game doesn't really have much outstanding qualities except for skins, wraps, and finishers. Maps also look good, but meh. The game doesn't look that good, but it's not horrible either. This section, again, doesn't matter that much, so let's move on to the darker side of Rivals. This game has an ongoing problem with cheaters. Cheaters usually use an executor to execute a script in-game to gain an unfair advantage. Now, there's two types of cheaters, rage cheaters and closet cheaters. Rage cheaters is when they just fly around or get onto the map to automatically win. It can be frustrating, but not as important as the other type, closet cheaters. Closet hacking is slightly enhancing your aim with a hack to make it look like you're legit when in reality you're not. Closet cheaters really ruin the game and the community's trust to top play. One particular example I want to talk about is Zorfi. Zorfi was a huge Rivals YouTuber and top player back in the day, but a few months ago he was exposed for closet cheating. Now, he can deny it all he wants, but headshotting while looking down is not a sign of legitimacy. He was a trusted player in the community, so that had a huge impact on the trust of people. Also, this game has an issue with its anti-cheating software. Not only does it have no anti-cheat at all, most people who I know who play Rivals report that the ticket bot, a tool used in Discord for reporting cheaters, is down most of the time. Almost all of the time. The moderators do not plan on fixing it, at all, which really shows about how much they care about the game. The moderation only cares about famous figures to appear on videos or live streams, but us peasants of regular players do not get a single ounce of that justice. So let's move on to another dark section. This game has a lot of game passes that are clearly pay to win. Some of these passes straight up give you advantages that normal players just don't have, like faster progress, better access to weapons, and an overall easier time winning fights. And for a shooter game, that's a big issue. Now, don't get me wrong, monetization itself isn't bad. Skins, wraps, finishers, all of that is completely fine. But when real gameplay advantages are locked behind Robux, it creates a big gap between players who pay and players who don't. At that point, skill matters less than money. This also connects back to the cheating problem. When legit players already feel behind because they didn't pay, some people get pushed toward cheating just to keep up. Instead of fixing problems, this kind of monetization just makes everything worse. Overall, the monetization in Rivals feels greedy and badly balanced. It hurts normal players and makes the game feel less fair, especially for newer casual players. Also, here's my first reaction to all the game passes in the game. Actually, I'm really curious. What's in the shop? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! How many are there? Oh my god! Who is paying for this? Keys. Oh. That's like $30! That's like $30. What? Contraband bundle. Sprite. Oh. The Rivals community is rough. The game is super competitive, and that brings out a lot of ego. Trash talk is everywhere, and almost every good player gets called a cheater at some point. At this point, nobody trusts anyone. Because of how common cheating is, people just assume the worst. Lose a fight, the other guy is cheating. Hit a nice clip, you're cheating. That mindset makes the game way more annoying than it needs to be and kills the fun for legit players. The toxicity also hits new players hard. If you're just starting out, you're either getting destroyed or flamed for being bad. There's barely any encouragement to learn. It's just sweat or get clowned on. That said, not everyone in the community is terrible. There are still chill players who just want to play, make clips, and have fun. But sadly, the loud, toxic side is what you notice the most, and it really hurts the overall experience. A big reason why so many of these problems exist is because of the moderators and developers. From the outside, it feels like they just don't care enough. Cheaters run around freely, the ticket bot is constantly down, and reports from normal players go nowhere. Moderation mostly seems to focus on big names and content creators. If you're known, you get help. If you're just a regular player, you're basically invisible. That kind of favoritism just makes the community even more frustrated. The developers also don't seem very interested in fixing core problems. Instead of dealing with cheaters or balancing the game better, they keep pushing new content and game passes. More stuff doesn't matter if the game itself is falling apart. At the end of the day, Rivals feels like a game being carried by its gameplay, not by the people running it. Until the moderators and developers actually step up and fix these issues, the game is always gonna have the same problems. Rivals is one of those games that's insanely fun at its core. The gameplay is fast, the movement is crazy, and it's perfect for clips and montages. But when the game is good, it's really good. But when there's too much holding it back, cheaters are everywhere, monetization feels unfair, the community is toxic, and the moderators and developers barely do anything about it. It feels like the game survives off hype and content creators instead of being properly taken care of. If you just want to hop on, mess around, get some clips, you'll probably have fun. But if you're trying to take the game seriously, grind, or be competitive, you're not going to have any fun. Rivals isn't a dead game, and it isn't a bad game either. It's a game with huge potential that's being wasted, and that's honestly the worst part about it. So yeah, that's my take on Rivals. If you enjoyed the video or agree with anything I said, make sure to drop a like. If you disagree, that's cool too. Let me know why in the comments. Subscribe if you want to see more honest Roblox videos like this, and share this with someone who plays Rivals so they can hear it. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.